Hello, my name is Kelsey, and today I'm going to introduce you to an instrument known as the bass. The bass is a broad term that kind of applies to a handful of instruments. As you can see here, I have my upright bass. It's very large. It's acoustic, made out of wood with metal strings attached to it. I also have here an electric bass guitar. It has the same strings as the upright bass, but it has to be plugged in to make a sound. And the instrument that we're going to focus on today is the acoustic bass guitar. It is the same as the electric bass guitar and the upright bass in terms of the strings and the tuning and everything, but it's held on the lap and it can make a sound without being plugged in because it has this big hollow wood body, kind of like the upright bass. As I said before, this is called a bass guitar because it is really closely related to the guitar. The guitar has 6 strings, and the bass guitar has only 4 strings, and the notes are much lower than the guitar. They're an octave lower. You can hear they have a really low beepy sound to them. The role of the bass in a lot of music is to lay down the foundation for everybody else to play on top of. We play bass lines oftentimes, but we can also play melodies, and we can also play chords. And I'm going to demonstrate a little of all of that in a minute here. But first I want to introduce you to the different parts of this instrument because this is the type of bass that you will have at home with you. We have 4 strings: E, A, D, G. We have a neck that is this long part of the instrument. We have the fingerboard, which goes on top of the neck. You can see here it has the strings placed on top of it, and it also has what we call frets placed on top of it. That's what makes this instrument a lot different than the upright bass. It has frets on it. The frets help with note placement, which I'll talk more about in a minute. The strings are attached on both sides. Here they're attached to the bridge, and over here they're attached to what we call the nut, and then they're tied on to these tuning pegs. These tuning pegs can loosen or tighten the string so that we tune the pitch of each string individually. We have our fingerboard, our neck, our strings, nut, tuning peg, bridge. Other parts of the instrument include the sound hole. When I pluck a string, the vibration of the string travels through the sound hole, reverberates in this big hollow wooden body, and then comes again out of the sound hole to your ears. So we have the body of the instrument and the sound hole. I also have a strap, so I could play standing up if I want to. I also have places to plug in, and you might have this on yours, but you might not as well, or you can adjust the volume and amplify yourself if you're playing in a loud, big setting. I love the bass because, like I said a moment ago, we get to play all different types of things. We can play melodies, we can play bass lines, and we can play chords on this instrument, although we don't do it that often. And a chord is when you play more than one note at the same time. I'm going to play a little demonstration of Autumn Leaves that uses all parts of those 3 things. some chords, a melody, and a bass line, all capabilities on this instrument, on this acoustic bass guitar.